21-year-old black girl from Virginia called Morgan Bullock, and she was doing Irish dancing to Megan Thee Stallion music. The greatest thing I've ever seen. That's our national dance, but with natural rhythm. We've been missing that for a while, and somehow we got famous, despite the obvious handicaps for natural rhythm for dancing. We commercialized it. We created a show called Riverdance, sold out to 25 million people around the world, despite only moving from the waist down in an in and out gyrating shagging motion. And then you're shocked when we end up in your 23andMe results. I thought, this dancing is fantastic. Let me enter the chat and just have a look and read the comments. It must be very nice. And all of a sudden it wasn't. They all said the same thing. Oh my God, that's cultural appropriation. Yeah, some Becky in Berkeley, California, who couldn't get an acai bowl for breakfast that morning and was angry at the internet about who knows what on behalf of a country that she wasn't from. It was all... And there was a lot of them. All the comments came from one particular country. You might know it because we're here now. Now, luckily, enter the chat the half-Indian gay leader of Ireland. Because while you're talking about diversity, we've been living the brand. And, you know, stereotypes are a bit of a thing sometimes. So when I say over here, we had a half-Indian gay leader of Ireland, they'd be like, oh my God, you had an affluent Indian man in charge of your country? I bet he was a doctor. Those people are always doctors. I'm like, yeah, he was a doctor. And his dad was a doctor. And it was a pretty good time to double down on doctors during a global pandemic. In contrast to your rather interesting leadership choices. I mean, I don't want to cite probability, but one of those leaders, way less likely to grab you by the pussy, you know? I'm pretty sure that was our half-Indian gay dude. They'd be like, go on, grab her by it. No. Good, you're in charge now. That's... Because if you want to shut up a bunch of predominantly white people getting angry about cultural appropriation, which we know can't be done against Ireland, and you want to silence them, there's nothing more effective than a brown-faced gay dude who's the leader of a predominantly white country in the past to enter the chat and say, shut the feck up. That's... I'm paraphrasing there. He wanted to keep his job, so he said it in a nicer way. He said, Morgan, well done. We love your dancing, so much so you should come over for St. Patrick's Day to Ireland and dance. And she said, yes. And this young girl flew over to Ireland and they did a radio interview with her, and unknown to anyone, they had a surprise caller during that interview, and the guy called in. He said, hey, Morgan, head of Riverdance here. We'd love you to be the first black dancer in the 25-year history of Riverdance. What do you say? And she said, yes. The best part of that story by a mile is that her first ever show in America as a black Irish river dancer was in Salt Lake City, Utah. Just right there under the banner of heaven. We had a young black American lady helping us shag our way into the very fabric of Mormon society, and God, that is cultural appreciation, isn't it? Which is a much better term.